Hello friends, this is Sharmi with the Amateur Gardener. Going to show you a few things that we'll be doing in the garden today. I am going to be planting a new plant. It's a new hibiscus, but I tried to look for that hibiscus everywhere, but I couldn't find it. It is called watermelon ruffles, I believe. It's from Proven Winners. I only managed to find it as a bare root plant in one of the online stores. I found it at Whitewater Farm. This is how it looks right now. It's just a bare root. So hopefully it's going to leaf out this year. The roots do look healthy, but you know, it's all I got. I am going to be planting it in this bed. This is actually the other end of my hydrangea alley is what I call it. But this side of it has, I would say, half-day sun, but it's good enough. I had a hibiscus in this bed which was like 8 feet tall. I used to come back every year from 2017, but this year it is, last year itself it was suffering, but this year it's not doing at all well. So I plan to take it out, but it's really well deep rooted. You can imagine it's like I've been there for 9 years, so it's really hard to take it out. But the other one in this bed, the other hibiscus, is doing pretty well. This one is the Spinderella, and since the old one isn't there anymore, this one's getting a lot more sun and it's doing better. But I'm going to be planting it here in front, so we'll be cleaning up this area. This bed also has a lot of lilies, as you can see, and a lot of gladiolus kind of here and there. It also has a button bush that is at the back there. Has some clematis. This is Clematis jackmanii at the back, and then that side you can see there are a lot of my hydrangeas there. Okay, so I am going to be cleaning up this area and planting it here, and then we'll give you a look of how it looks. I have to be really careful because a lot of lilies are sprouting their heads here and there. Also wanted to give you a look of a couple of plants that I planted here. This is a hydrangea that I got recently. It's a rock and roll hydrangea. I think it's a Michael Durr hydrangea, and I got it at half off at Lowe's, and it was in the clearance section. I did get this one, and I think I made a video that included this one. This one is a Centennial ruby hydrangea from Monrovia. That looks awesome. Has one bloom. Hopefully I'll get more. Let me just check. Yeah, the plant has nicely settled down. This one I had purchased, I think, about 2 weeks ago, and I completely forgot about it because we had traveled to Denver, and then anyways I completely forgot about it. And I came to repair the faucet on this side of the yard, and I noticed this one was sitting asking for attention. It has probably already bloomed once, which is why some of the leaves were dried up and I cut them back, but I'm pretty sure it's going to take it. It's supposed to be 3 to 4 inch tall and wide, which should nicely fill up this area. The backdrop is the gardenia that has never bloomed for me, but I just like the variegated leaves. And then everything has grown here. So there is another plant. It is a Styrax japonicum at the back there, that at some point I'm thinking of pulling it out and putting it somewhere else, because right now it is like 80 to 90% covered by everything else. Now that's what happens when your gardens mature and plants grow. Like this one is Chinese French tree. It was supposed to be tall and not wide. Right now it is tall and wide. It is a Tokyo Tower French tree, and it bloomed for me very nicely this year. But I love the foliage. I love everything about it. It's just the fact that it's tall and wide, and I wasn't expecting it to be so wide. But anyway, this is what happens when a young garden matures, but we'll deal with it. I'm probably going to pull out that Styrax and put it somewhere else. I love that plant. I love the blooms of that plant in spring, so I'm going to put it somewhere else. We'll probably wait till, I would say, fall to move it somewhere else. Right now it's June, summer's coming up, though we are getting a ton of rain this year. I guess it's the El Nino factor that's kicking in, but I am going to transplant it somewhere else. The other things, you know, there is a azalea here that is also now being engulfed by this huge podocarpus. It's blooming this year. It has like seeds. I've never seen seeds on a podocarpus. I don't know if you all have, but if you look at it, look at these. I've never seen. I have to read more about it. I don't want it to spread for sure, but it has either blooms or seed pods or whatnot. We'll see. And then right behind it is my Japanese maple. It's a Seiryu, and that one is also huge. This Japanese plum, this one is about 15 feet tall now. All I did was cover the base over the winter, but that's it. And the main thing I wanted to show you was my find from Lowe's clearance rack for this hydrangea. I don't know how many hydrangeas you have. I have at least I don't know, 30 plus now, but I can never have too many hydrangeas. I think it'll be okay here because this has a lot of shade from the trees around it. It's between two buildings, so it doesn't get too much sun. It gets 2 hours of like overhead sun, but that too, it's surrounded by so many trees. It is like kind of in filtered sun. This is supposed to be a partial shade hydrangea, supposed to grow in zones 5 through 9. Now we are at the higher end of it, but I think it'll be okay in this spot. Giving you a quick view of what I call my Big Daddy bed. This is another bed of hydrangeas that I normally don't show, but there are 3 hydrangeas in here. This is the original hydrangea, and this one is the huge Big Daddy hydrangea. You can look at one of the blooms here, and this is my hand next to it. It's huge, and some of the branches are actually kind of bending over with the weight. And this is another hydrangea. It's an endless summer. It's I think a bloomstruck, but I have to look it up. The tag, I have it somewhere. That's now the third one. This one is the one that I planted last year. This one, the original hydrangea, is also its 3rd season. Big Daddy is probably its 4th season here, but you can see the huge blooms, and it's a reblooming hydrangea, so there will be more blooms throughout the season. I kind of tried to put something to give the branch some support. Okay, this area, if you wanted to know, is in a lot of shade. That's because if you look up, we have a plum tree and another plum tree here, and then we have a big fat magnolia tree right here. So it does get a little bit of filtered sun, but not a lot of sun. You can see that it's moving forward, trying to reach out for more sun. Okay, sorry about the noise. I think the neighbor's lawnmower is running today. I'll try to be as loud as possible. But this is the bed that I was taking care of today. Looks really nice after mulching a little bit. And the little sticks that you see there, that's the hibiscus that I just planted. And just next to it is another hibiscus. As again, the lilies are looking really nice here. And let me show you the other bed that I cleaned up a little bit. So this bed has this gorgeous Golden Falls Redbud. I am going to get someone to stake it a little bit better today. It's touching the ground now, but I'm hoping to stake it up some more so that it can lean towards the back a little bit. It's about, I would say, 5.5 feet tall. We could stake it up some more. This looks great to me. I might give it like a trim the bottom skirt a little bit, but it looks really full to me. Okay, and this bed has a whole bunch of roses, about 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it also has, let me take you, a hydrangea at the back. That's just a limelight hydrangea. I plan to plant something here. I'm not sure what. Actually, it does have a fifth rose, which is this climbing rose. I still have to trim it again. This is a new dawn. And just next to it is another climbing rose. And this one is Eden Pretty in Pink. And then bottom we have a whole bunch of irises that I planted this year. They haven't bloomed yet. And this one is a Viburnum. It's a Snowball Viburnum. I'll do a video about this. This is my experiment. It is actually hardy to only for heat zones, only to zone 8. This year we have been cooler than usual, wetter than usual. So it's doing really well. It gets mostly shade, but I guess it needs, I don't know. Still my experiment. This is year 4 for this plant. Has only bloomed like last year for me, but we'll see. That's it for now. We did spray for mosquitoes today, and then let me give you a view of my hydrangeas in June. So most of these that I have planted here are reblooming hydrangeas, so they will bloom again. And then at the back it's a pennymac, and that one hasn't bloomed yet, but the buds are building up. As you can see there, it's budding up. I guess it blooms later than usual. And then you can see these are all reblooming ones. Okay. And I do expect to get blooms from them again. Maybe as the heat turns down a little bit, they should bloom again. This is my shade bed. I will be putting umbrellas really soon here. Even though it has like an awning on top of it, it does need more shade than usual, especially in Houston. But these colors are looking really good. If I move the branches, you see flowers everywhere. Taking you to another hydrangea here. This one is an Ellen Huff. Let me show you the blooms. It has been blooming since, I would say, April. You can see the blooms there. I love this hydrangea. It's been thriving under this crepe myrtle tree and surrounded by boxwoods. So hopefully you like my video. I'm standing in the shade of a plum tree. I have over the years planted a lot of large trees, and that gives us a lot of shade. I think it makes the gardening job a little more pleasant in Houston. Even though you are warm, you're hot, you're sweating, the shade makes it a lot better. And also try out some shade stuff that we generally don't try out in Houston. So if you like my video, give me a like, do subscribe to my channel, and I would love to see you back in my next video. Bye-bye.